Meanwhile, in Pennsylvania, Democrat John Fetterman and Republican Dr. Mehmet are both making a last-minute push to try to win over black voters. ABC News political reporter Brittany Shepard joins me live now to help break all of this down. So, Brittany, let's start in Pennsylvania. How crucial are black voters in that race? And how are Fetterman and Oz making their closing arguments, so to speak?
Well, they're mission critical in Pennsylvania. In the city of Philadelphia alone, I think it's 4 in 10 voters self-attest to be black. John Fetterman's campaign knows this, and he's been spending a lot of time not in his hometown of Pittsburgh, but in Philadelphia in the last few days with bringing in big black heavyweights like Cory Booker to go and to visit religious centers, to go to churches, to make to be as present in black communities as possible. He knows that essentially anyone who wants to win this race, we've been saying it's razor thin, it's a jump ball, it's anyone's game. You're going to need black voters in Pennsylvania and Philadelphia to kind of close that gap. You know, Dr. Oz only sees a 6% favorability with black voters. This is the kind of race where 6% can be a big deal. It can be a closing factor. Dr. Oz has been a little less popular with black voters, but he's still trying to tie that message of crime and safety to those black voters, and he's made some kind of headwinds there. I think it'll be kind of anyone's game when it comes to them in the closing weeks.
You mentioned crime and safety. We keep hearing about the economy and inflation, abortion, climate change. What are the top issues motivating voters in this final push, this last day, and where does the advantage lie there?
Well, the advantage certainly lies with the Republicans. The starting line advantage they have is insane, essentially. And the issues motivating voters are things they can see and they can feel, and that's money. You know, they feel that their wallets are lighter. They're seeing their checks come in, they're smaller. They're seeing inflation. They're going to the grocery store. They're saying, I can't afford $10 for eggs, right? And issues like abortion, which is as much of an economic as it is a social issue, because childcare and school, that costs a lot of money, but that's a little bit more invisible to people where abortion isn't top of mind to them. And that kind of thing that you can see and you can feel, and things that you're afraid of, like crime, even though you're not seeing crime, you're hearing it on the news, you're hearing your neighbor talk about it. You know, the things that you can't see are really powerful motivators to get to the polls, and Republicans know that, and they're campaigning on that like crazy in the last 24 hours.
Now, looking across the country, our latest Washington News, ABC News Washington Post poll shows some sharp divisions on individual issues, where the same voter, for example, may trust Republicans more on the economy, or Republicans more on crime in general, but Democrats more on gun violence. How is that playing out?
Well, it's certainly making the average voter a lot more complicated than they've been in years past. So someone who's worried about the fate of democracy might trust Republicans in that poll by 20% to Democrats. And it's making them become more single-issue voters than they have in the past, because they've been a lot more complicated and they've been containing a lot more multitude. So I think people are going to kind of be split in their priorities and probably vote with their pocketbook tonight and tomorrow.
Brittany Shepard, we appreciate you staying on top of it for us. Thank you.
One day to go.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.